Apologies in advance if tonight's True Crime Rewind makes you feel old, because the really big ones tend to have that effect. Just because we kind of remember exactly where we all were when we heard the news. I was getting close to hitting the hay after studying for 8th grade exams. But where were you on December 8th, 1980? Mark David Chapman spent the day hanging around a posh and historic apartment building called the Dakota on New York's Upper West Side. At just about this time of night, 10:50 p.m. Eastern Time, former Dakota resident and member of the Beatles, John Lennon, pulled up in a limousine. And as he got out, Chapman fired 4 hollow point rounds from a .38 revolver into John's back. Reporter Marvin Scott covered that shocking assassination for the Independent Network News.
To the loyal fans, the truth was hard to bear. They gathered by the thousands in front of the building where John Lennon lived and died. They stood and they stared blankly. They cried. They consoled one another and reminisced about the good times. They brought flowers, nothing fancy, a rose, a daisy, a carnation, placed carefully in the large wrought iron gate leading to the courtyard of the Dakota. Pictures of Lennon and messages of sympathy formed a tribute to the rock musician who helped shape a generation of American youth.
Amid the floral tributes is one message which sums up the feelings of the grieving fans. It reads, John Lennon may no longer be with us in body, but he will always be with us in spirit.
He's a part of my childhood.
He helped us find ourselves.
It was as if a member of their own family had died. And still they stood and they stared. They carried radios, large and small, and recorders playing medleys of Beatles hits. He's a real nowhere man, sitting in his nowhere land. Former Beatle Ringo Starr, who flew in to be at Yoko Ono's side, was besieged by reporters and fans as he left the Dakota with his girlfriend, actress Barbara Bach. It was a scene reminiscent of the best of times, of Beatlemania, with wild, loving fans pulling at his clothing and at his hair. But this was a different time. It was a time of mourning. And the crowds continued to swell by the hour. Some paid tribute with their silence. Others paid tribute with their music. Oh, John, we all miss you so. John, oh, John, we hate to see you go.
I always said, someday I'm going to come to Dakota and stand outside and maybe I'll see a glimpse of him. And now I came and it's too late.
A few days later, almost 100,000 people would come together in New York's Central Park to mourn the loss of John Lennon. Here again is Marvin Scott.
They came by the thousands to voice their admiration in music and to express their sorrow in silence. They stood united, mourning as one, just in the shadow of the Dakota apartments where John Lennon was shot down last Monday night. Estimates of the size of the crowd that gathered in Central Park range from 50 to 100,000 people. For a half hour before and after the silent vigil, Beatles music that inspired a generation of rebellious youngsters blared from loudspeakers in the park's band shell.
I don't know why someone could kill such a beautiful person.
We live for peace, not for violence, not to die by violence.
He's one of those figures that made a mark upon the consciousness of millions of people around the world.
Some of the solemn-faced mourners were angered by the sidewalk vendors who were cashing in on the moment, selling buttons, pendants, and other Beatles memorabilia.
All I'm doing is doing a job.
Precisely at 2 o'clock, there was an awesome silence. People stood and shivered in the 38-degree temperature. They prayed. They cried. They put their arms around one another and experienced the emotion of the moment. The silence broken only by the sound of helicopters hovering above.
he stood for lots of things that we seem to be losing now.
On Thursday, a resolution will be introduced in New York City Council proposing that a portion of this Central Park be named the Strawberry Fields in honor of one of John Lennon's compositions and in tribute to the man who once said, "I really thought that love would save us all."
And of course, they did rename that part of the park, Strawberry Fields. Mark David Chapman was sentenced to 20 years to life in prison, and he's now been there for almost a half century. He's been up for parole 14 times now, and he's been denied 14 times now. His next chance is in February of 2027.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.